Welcome to the Watering Hole Podcast. I'm your host, Mary Reaman. The Watering Hole is a place to come and quench your thirst for meaning, nourish your hunger for inspiration, and feed your need for connection, featuring inspirational talks, curious conversations, mystical meditations, and other artistic expressions exploring themes on life, spirituality, nature, mystery, and so much more. So meet me at the watering hole, and together, let's drink from deep waters. Welcome to Watering Hole's Spring Equinox celebration. Listeners, you are encouraged to join us in taking a moment to slow down and tune into the energies of this astronomical event marking spring's return by using seeds as a symbol of our intentions, planting them in actual soil or symbolically in the soil of your hearts, and watering them either with actual water or with spiritual practice. Actually, both is a good idea. Joining me for this celebration and ceremony are Candace Jeske and Noelle Knower. Candace is a creative, deep, insightful powerhouse of wisdom, and Noelle is an old soul, a magical artist, an ingenious creator who adds beauty to everything she touches. And these ladies are soul sisters to me, so you'll be seeing them around the watering hole as things progress. I chose Spring Equinox for the watering hole launch because I wanted to actually sync up and tap into the energies of this time and the promise of new beginnings that this season holds. After all, Spring Equinox is a time for gratitude, renewal, and planting new seeds for all of us. The word equinox comes from Latin meaning equal night, indicating that the length of day and night is nearly equal in all parts of the world on this day. And that signals a call for all of us to come into balance. So let us begin by lighting 2 candles, inviting balance among all the polarities, opposites, and contrasting energies of our lives. And Noelle, why don't you share some of the history and mythology around spring equinox?
Certainly. So the spring equinox has long been held as a spiritually significant time that was marked and honored with celebration. Our ancestors lived a cyclical life in close relation to the earth, one that followed its natural spiral progression. The ancient Celts believed that the bitterness, resentment, and self-pity stemmed from an ungrateful heart, and that only by pausing and recognizing both our losses and our blessings that we would maintain true balance in our lives. Thus, the vernal equinox has long been held as a time of rebirth and renewal, a time to stand still as the sun, to take stock and clear the way for something new to be born in our lives. The equinox is also called Ostara, which was a Germanic fertility goddess who reemerges at the time after her long winter sleep. It is her symbols that we still use today in our Easter celebrations: rabbits and colorful eggs and spring flowers. As the story goes, she was late one year in bringing spring back to the earth. Upon her return, she found a white bird dying in the snow. She brought it back to life by changing it into the form of a white hare. But in order to honor his original form, she decided to give him the ability to lay eggs once a year and then give them to people who took the time to celebrate spring's return. And so it became a symbol of potential and hope. And traditionally, it's also the time to bless the seeds that we will be planting, whether they're for crops or flowers or new businesses or new creative ventures. It is a way to honor all our new beginnings. The equinox gives us an opportunity to deeply connect with the earth and with our spiritual potential and renewal. Our hearts are filled with gratitude as we go forward.
Love it. So let's each take some of these seeds, and these happen to be seeds for cosmos flowers. And drawing on the wisdom of the ancients who, paying attention to these astronomical events, saw them as marking significant changes in the seasons, and plugging into these energies, ritualized their love of nature, celebrated the cycles of life and death, and dreamed new things into being. So let us take a moment and clarify some of our intentions for this time of new beginnings and renewal. Holding the seeds in your hand or following along symbolically, call to mind your intentions by considering these questions. What are your heart's desires for this new season? What new beginnings are stirring in you? What new projects would you like to give birth to? Just think on these things for a moment. And Candace and Noelle, why don't we each share one intention for the watering hole?
It is my intention that those souls who are brought here to the watering hole find renewal and refreshment and love in the words and wisdom that are shared here with them.
I love
it. My intention with these seeds and with the invitation to be part of Watering Hole is to add my stream to a river that flows from a place of love and has much to offer to those who would stop and take a sip.
I love it. And my intention for the watering hole is that it primarily be a place where people experience joy, are incited to wonder and awe, a place where meaningful conversations open minds and soften hearts, a place of renewal, like you said, Noelle, where people are encouraged to be wholly who they are wherever they are. Because I really do believe that that's how we transform our lives, it's how we transform the world, and it's how we bring beauty to bear wherever we find ourselves. May it be so. And listeners, when you are ready, plant your seeds of intention in the soil of your hearts or in the soil you've prepared for them. And after planting them, nourish them with water, or again, if following along symbolically, consider the water a symbol of the spiritual practices that you'll engage in to nourish these seeds. And let's just think about what might be some spiritual practices that we can engage in to nourish our intentions.
I think it's very important once you speak your intention. It's also the next practice would be is that you compile the steps that you're going to be taking so that you can actually put it into action. Because with any type of a growth, a seed has to be watered, it has to be nurtured in order for it to break through the soil and go into this light. So take action.
Love it.
And coming from a place of gratitude, living with eyes open and an awareness of when those intentions are budding and coming to fruition, and celebrating that. For me, that means getting up in the morning and having a cup of coffee and greeting the day, and committing again to look for the budding of new life and intentions coming together.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think another good practice is bringing ourselves into awareness of our relationship with nature, right? And looking for those signs and to sort of act as synchronistic encouragement to continue
Mm-hmm.
to grow and blossom and bring forth new life. Awesome, I love it. So once you've planted your seeds and watered them, I encourage you to make a simple offering, a gesture of openness and gratitude to the universe for this new beginning. And it can be something as simple as a bow. It could be a word of encouragement whispered over the seeds, like, grow, grow. It could be taking a moment to journal about the steps that you're going to take to help these seeds take root. It could be something like pulling a tarot card for further insight about the energy needed to help these intentions flourish. And could also be, Noelle,
Baking a little treat. These are actually butterfly shortbread cookies that I prepared especially for today. Butterflies, of course, are for transformation. Mm-hmm. And they are filled with jasmine, which is a flower traditionally given all over the world as a means of wishing the person good luck. So good luck, love, and beauty, and new potential. And so that's especially for watering hole.
I love it. And we did decide to pull a tarot card, and Candace has done that for us.
This is from the Goddess Tarot deck, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. And she is a queen, every ounce a queen, seated on her throne. Her hands are relaxed in her lap. She's holding this large gold medallion with a pentacle on it. There's a gentle breeze flowing, moving her dress. She's surrounded by flowers. That just might be cosmos. She has a smirk on her face, a little smile. She seems confident and knows that her needs are met, and they're met from within, and she has what she needs.
I love that. I think that is a beautiful card for this beginning of watering hole. She is sitting with great confidence, and I think, that's the energy she invites us to carry with us. And as you point out, she's holding that pentacle right at her solar plexus, right at her power center. And so it is an affirmation that our power and the things that we want to birth, right? That's also the birthing area. Come with great confidence and come with, in some ways, an ease, a trust. So I see her inviting us to trust that the seeds that we've planted will come to fruition.
Her smirk sort of says, but of course.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Yes, I'd say she's definitely a woman of power. And to me, she just fills that idea of a strong, deeply feminine woman who's in total just knowing of what her place is in this world and what she has to offer, and she's wanting to regally share it with the world. It's about taking your power, which I think you've done here with watering hole.
I love it. Thank you. What a wonderful way to celebrate this new beginning. Thank you both for being here to honor Spring Equinox and plant good intentions for the watering hole. May all the seeds of our intentions and the intentions of those listening blossom and bear fruit, making our lives and our world more loving, more verdant, and more compassionate. May our hearts burst with gladness as spring bursts with beauty. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Namaste. Thanks for listening, everybody. I look forward to meeting you right back here at the watering hole. And as Mary Oliver said, go easy, be filled with light, and shine.